This week on Two Bears, One Cave.
It'd be cool if you died on the same day and then we could do like a co-share.
I mean, we could plan it.
We could. Oh, I guess we could.
Yeah.
I wish my dick had little fucking knobs on it like this.
I don't think Leanne would appreciate it.
I want Bernie Mac to speak at my funeral. I gotta hang out with him more.
I have terrible news.
What?
He's dead.
Oh, not Bernie. 100%. Cheers. Hey guys, brand new episode of Two Bears, One Cave, and I am here with a legit star. It is so nice to have someone up to my level of where I am in the industry. I've been sandbagging it with Tommy. I'm trying to get him to my level or to our level, but
Tommy
Segura, he's a stand-up comic.
Okay.
Just a stand-up comic. I'm a movie star.
Oh.
Tom's stand-up comic. He's a podcaster. I podcast too on the side, but movie stardom is my real thing.
you're a movie star.
Well, not yet. I don't know when this airs, so I might be a movie star.
Like Jason Bourne?
Or I might be a complete and total failure. Either way, I had a good time making that fucking movie.
I'm going to be at the premiere, I think.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is I brought a hat because you were wearing a hat.
Oh, and you thought two hats?
Two hats would be fucking crazy.
Well,
I have pretty cool hat game. These are sent to me by the Clink Room. I have a really big head. See how big my head is.
Let's see. Yeah, you have a problem. You have gigantism.
I have a fucking and it's getting bigger. I think I'm gaining weight in my head.
How much? What was your hat size 20 years ago when we first met?
7.5.
And now it's
8.
Maybe
it was 7 and 5/8. Now it's an 8. It's a legit 8, and I think I grew into the 8. I think
you have meningitis.
You know how many times I've been terrified of that? There was a comic who got spinal meningitis. That's like a real fucking thing you get.
It's bad.
And there's no fixing it.
You just, I didn't realize that.
It's like rabies. Did you know rabies? You get it and you die.
Yeah, you have to get don't you get like 25 shots in your stomach according to second grade Joel McHale?
Different strokes?
Old Yeller?
Different strokes?
Yeah.
Different strokes.
I didn't know that.
No, I got, here, I'll put on a hat. I'll put on this one.
Okay.
I'll put on a hat. Oh, I just love wearing a hat.
How long have you and your wife have been?
Look, I'm not losing my hair at all. It's crazy. It looks so good.
It's back.
Looks so good.
How did it get here? No,
I'm thinking about getting transplants.
They're worth it.
Your hair. Can I tell you secret time?
There's no secrets.
I loved you losing your hair. I thought you had such a unique, fucking cool look. And you were my king. You were my king.
Wow.
Because I go, if he can do it and he's cool and he's successful, then I can do it. And then you look fucking awesome now.
Well,
it looks fucking great.
It was. My head is not a good shape.
It's a good shape.
It comes to a point.
Oh, for real?
Like someone's pulling a sheet.
Your hair looks fucking awesome.
Now
I love that you talk about it because
thank you, Dr. Mohibi.
I love that you talk about it. So many comics, so many people that get it done, especially comics or people in comedy, do not talk about it.
It's an interesting, weird thing because obviously when people have work done a lot of the time. It's great when you don't, but it is a weird thing how they're afraid of it.
Yeah, because it's like I'm on testosterone, right?
Right.
Obviously.
Well, yeah, you have a size 8 head.
You think I'm Barry Bonds in it?
Well, it just seems like you might a lot of retain. It's like creatine. It's just a lot of water weight.
It is a lot. I have so much water weight. I gained 10 pounds in water yesterday.
You mean like
I worked
baguettes?
I worked out and I was 252 when I got on the scale after that I was working out. And then this
252.
Morning,
well,
252.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you're drinking a lot of water. But this break brought to you by Liquid Death.
Yes. The cause of all my fucking weight gain. But then I went on I got on the scale this morning. We went and got dim sum and I was 262 this morning. And I went, that's 10 pounds in a day. That doesn't seem like that would be
Are you weighing yourself every day at the same time?
No.
That's what you got to do when you either wake up. Yeah, that's the consistency.
Really?
You gotta do. Yeah, when you wake up. Yeah.
Because
you can eat a huge meal and then go like, gain 8 pounds. What am I going to do? It's like, that's just sitting there. And then a big dump comes and all of a sudden.
Do you weigh yourself every day?
Well, I do. Well, I just did a movie. I don't know if you ever been.
Is this the one with Jimmy Tatro?
No, that was a year and a half ago. Almost 2 years ago. It is?
I think so.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
No one's told me.
Oh, I just had Jimmy here the other day and he brought you up.
Fucking A, Jimmy. I don't know when it's coming out. I was with he's a very nice man.
Hold on. Start taking down notes. We want to talk about testosterone, hair. But keep going.
Knives.
Let's go back. Knives.
He's so talented.
Jimmy Tatro?
Yes.
I want to talk about this movie too. I want to talk about you weighing yourself, and you just did a movie, so you got. Let's go. Let's focus. Bert.
I just did a movie where I was very I was naked a lot, and so I was and I had to be kind of. I was like a total. More of a douche than I am, and so I literally was wearing a sock in a scene with Beck Bennett, who's a wonderful man. But
were you gay in the movie?
No, I am just a very over-the-top character. Beck Bennett, wonderful man, really funny man.
I know Beck Bennett.
Yeah, you should have him on. He's great.
Yeah, I know Beck Bennett.
And then the wife of the man that started Liquid Death was also in the movie.
For real?
Yeah.
No way.
So what am I saying? So for that, I was like starving myself.
Really?
I would just went down to like one meal a day.
How much you weighing at the time when you were filming?
201. I'm 203 right now. So I've gained a couple back.
But wait, a couple. So I can gain 10 pounds in a day. So wait, you're 201. You're 6'4"?
Yeah.
6'4", 201. How much of that do you think is muscle?
Like 100%. I don't know. What are the? I don't know how the percentages work.
I'm trying to figure out, because right now I'm walking around at literally 252 is like the weight I'm at mostly, but I'm more muscle than I've ever been. So I wonder if I'm really.
Are you?
242? I'm jacked. I'm fucking jacked. I am so jacked right now.
Really?
You know, I'm working out with Arnold Schwarzenegger tomorrow.
Who's that?
Action star.
You're working out with Arnold Schwarzenegger tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take steroids?
I'm on steroids. That's the other thing. Okay, way to pull us back.
That was 80s Schwarzenegger. But
no,
wait,
we talked about that on the
are you on
last
HGH?
podcast. I'm on growth. No, I'm on testosterone.
Why are you doing this?
Because I have a number of reasons.
Do you have a lack of testosterone?
Massive lack.
Oh.
Yeah, a massive lack. And so testosterone helps with weight loss, sleep, and it repairs your liver.
No.
It does. My cardiologist. The only reason I got on it, my cardiologist told me. He goes. Your enzymes are up for the first time, and he's like, I think you have a fatty liver. And I went, really? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, have you thought about getting on testosterone? I was like, no. But I literally was like, no, because it's a weird thing. It's like a secret in Hollywood, because people do steroids for movies.
Yeah, they do a lot of HGHs everywhere, I think.
Yeah. And so I was like, no. And he was like, you should talk to Rogan about it. Talk to, because we have these people down.
Who's Rogan?
Joe Rogan. He's an action star. And so there are these people down that we deal with in Ways to Wellness down in Austin.
Okay.
So I got my testosterone checked, and it was at the very bottom level. And then they were like, you should.
All right. So now that you're on it, do you still have a fatty liver?
No, I haven't got my blood work done yet. I get it done when I.
Are you still drinking?
Yeah.
And your doctor was like, fine, just keep on drinking.
Yeah. He's like, you're not doing a ton of testosterone. You're just doing a little bit to get you back into normal levels where your body's more reparative. I don't know what I'm talking about, Joel. I would not listen to me about any of this.
Is the sleep better?
Yeah. I'm sleeping way better.
Are you, okay.
But
no,
have you ever thought about going on it?
No.
You're pretty jacked.
Thank you.
Do you get your testosterone tested?
I don't think I ever have.
You should.
I got my, I had my
jacked.
first physical in 2 years since I was like a 18-year-old. So I have Peter Pan syndrome. So,
wait, hang on.
I feel like I'm never going to die.
Sweet. But you're healthy. No, you're not healthy. You drink.
I do drink.
Yeah.
But my rule is I have to work out every day.
That's my rule.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
Not eat anything.
Oh, I just ate 4 eggs.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because the toilet's not happy.
Covered in hot sauce, had a little habanero cheese on top of them.
Oh. Yeah, that's like when people like steak's bad for you because, but then you're like, what did you have at the steakhouse? And then it's like, oh, we started out with the lobster puffy pastry roll. And you're like, nah, beef was probably fine. It was everything else that you had.
Steak by itself is super high in calories, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Like I remember going like, I had a steak. I was healthy. And then I was like, oh, how... A T-bone's like 900 calories, 1,000 calories. That's a day's worth of me eating.
But that's a good... if it's lean, then you're
So
pretty
wait,
good.
let's talk about your health regimen. So you Work out every day.
Yes, that's my. If I can do it, I'm doing it.
And now, when did this start? When did you start taking your career seriously? Where you're like, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to show, because you and Anthony Anderson, oddly enough, are the two consummate professionals of like, I show up ready to work, I don't fuck around. But you took a turn when you started doing movies where you're like, you started looking jacked.
Well, I showed up here 23 years ago, much bigger, like I was 230.
Really?
But muscle. Like I was in good shape.
Because you were a college football player.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you.
I do my research.
No, I was I was a walk-on, terrible college
tight end.
football player. Yes, thank you. Well, thank you again.
Yeah, you guys played in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't, I just wore the jersey in the stands. And but then people were like, "Oh, you really shouldn't be too big because it'll limit you." And I don't know why I listened to that.
Yeah.
And so I was very skinny and I was only running. I ran and ran and ran. I never lifted weights anymore. And
already married?
Oh yeah, I've
You
been
got married in
96. It'll be 27 years this July.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's been together almost 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
So
Can you believe someone has the patience?
So then, 97, you're down here.
No, 2000.
2000, you're down here.
Yeah.
You're losing weight.
I start running a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And then 5 years later or 4 years later, the soup happens and I'm very skinny. And then, why did I start? I think I just started doing, I was like, I like doing, running also broke my body down eventually. Like it's very hard on your body. So I started doing yoga and lifting weights was a lot easier. I mean, on my joints compared to smashing my knees every for an hour a day. And so I just was like, man, we'll see what happens. And I
But
just
was there
never
a moment?
stopped.
Was there a moment where you? Because I'm sincerely, I know I joke about Tom a lot, but I watched Tom Segura make a concerted effort, not to be like a movie star, but to take his career in a different place. And he goes, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to dress good. I want to feel good. I want to look. I want to have nice cars. I want to be that guy. And I'm always wondered, like, for Tom, it was playing basketball and breaking his knee and his leg. And then he was like, I'm not going to be this guy. This was horrible. But for you, was there a moment when you're on Community where you were like, was getting Community where you go, hold on, I have an opportunity to do movies now?
No, I mean, that's not what I was, because I thought they did the same thing where they're like, you're going to be naked on camera. And then I was like, oh, I need to start doing push-ups. And because also my character was extremely concerned about his looks all the time. So I was like, oh, and then I noticed changes immediately. And I'm like, well, and then I was naked again and again and again. So I was like, well, this isn't going to stop. And I'm just going to trim hair too. And I just started, that's actually when I was like, oh, I'm going to be naked on camera. It's a great way to diet, is that if they know you're going to be naked, then.
I've been naked on camera and I've been naked a lot. I've never lost the weight. Here's my problem. It's crazy,
but
like,
you are very comfortable.
Yeah, I like what I look like.
You love it.
I like
and
it.
That's really, and you look great. And
I feel, by the way, I feel good. For a person that lives my lifestyle, I feel really good. I feel great. Granted, waking up in the morning, it's tough, and you go, I don't want to go to the gym, and it's just like everyone else. But I go to the gym, I work out, I bust my ass, and then as soon as I get done my workout, I go, I'm like at 100% for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then I start getting the little towards the end of the night where I go, sunset. Ooh, what are we gonna do? A little cocktail,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe. Last night I was looking for these bad boys.
I feel like you wouldn't have a problem finding those.
You know what? I said to him, I went for a hike with my daughter and my wife last night up at Fryman Canyon. And on the ride home, I said, can we stop by the weed store? Because I want to get edibles because I don't have any edibles. And Leanne's like, honey, you have edibles all over the fucking place. And I didn't realize I took them here.
Right.
And I have edibles over there. I have so much weed in this house. It's ridiculous.
Do you also, so will you have will you have a cocktail and then an edible?
So I'll tell you what I like to do.
You you freeze the edibles, use them as ice cubes. Oh. And then you pour why isn't there frozen weed at this point?
I know. What I like to do is I like to take an edible around sunset.
What happens if you're like in northern Canada in the summer?
It's interesting. We've been in Alaska. I took edibles in Alaska,
but the
sunset starts at 3.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you like as the sun goes down. You're taking
as the sun
an
goes down, I like to have an edible in me, and then I like to have my first cocktail, and I want that cocktail and the edible to meet at an intersection. It's my favorite moment where you go, wait, you're giggling or something, or you're going, God, this food is awesome, and you're like, oh, I'm high, and then your alcohol kicks in, and you're like, this is what I'm talking about.
Liquid IV is the #1 powered hydration brand in America, now available in sugar-free. Keep your daily routine going with 3 new flavors. What are they? They're white peach, green grape, and lemon lime. Your boy really is a hardcore Liquid IV consumer. I take it with me everywhere I go. I have Liquid IV every day. And you all know me, I'm the fitness champ. That's what's up. And the way that I do it is I take Liquid IV when I get up, I take Liquid IV in the middle of the day, and I take Liquid IV before I go to bed. Why? Because I don't want cramp. I want to hydrate. I'm the water champ, and I like my water with a little bit of flavor to it. And that's exactly what Liquid IV provides for me. Plus, they have these fantastic little pouches. You just tear open, pour it in your water, and you're done. You don't have to think about it. You're not drinking gross, regular, unflavored water. Ugh. They use no artificial sweeteners and 0 sugar. They have a proprietary amino acid allulose blend for a sweet taste without the calories or raised blood glucose levels you get from sugar. One of my friends has very high levels of that. Can you guess which one it is? Real people, real flavor, real hydrating, now sugar-free. Grab your Liquid IV hydration multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code CAVE at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you use the code CAVE at liquidiv.com.
The show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Sometimes in life we're faced with tough choices. The path forward isn't always clear. That is such an understatement. Life can be overwhelming at times. And you feel like you have no way out, and you're sitting in a hotel room and you're going like, what am I doing? Or why am I questioning what am I doing? I've been in therapy since I met Leanne, and it is so great. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. And don't you want to live a life where you feel confident and excited? It's that close to it is getting into therapy. I'm telling you right now, if you're ever thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, which I swear by. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/bears today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bears. And then, and I found what I was doing on the road was I was drinking, and then at the end of the night, I was like, so like, say I got like, I was trying to be responsible. Say I got to like 4 drinks, and I would be like, all right, that's enough for the big boy. Let's go down. And so I'd pop an edible, and then I'd make my next drink, and then when the edible kicked in, I wouldn't be done with the drink. I'd be like, I'm out. But I could not get up the next day.
Right.
I was literally, I'd be at lunch, like in the, like at the cafeteria or whatever in the thing, and I'd be just.
But then by the evening, you were like, okay, I'm going to go stand on stage for 90 minutes, so I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, it goes away. Once I work out, I don't know what I would love to. I would love to do.
Yeah, once you feel you always feel better.
Once you work out, it's like,
yeah.
I wish I had worked out more as a kid. Like now, I'm the strongest I've ever been. I'm benched 275 the other day.
Look at that.
And I go, I never did that as a kid, and I wonder if I would have been a better baseball player.
You would have probably.
I have 1 year where I was really in control of my body and I was lifting weights all the fucking time. And I was like, I felt fucking jacked. And I just stopped. I was like,
What year?
My junior year of baseball. It's probably my best year I ever had in baseball. Well, my senior year was the best year, but my junior year I was like fucking, like I took the position of the older dude in front of me. I was in the, I don't know how you can find this, but I was in the top 10 in the state for batting average and I was having a fucking massive year, and then senior year I kind of was like, I don't know, do I want to do this? Was college sports worth it?
Well, before we switch to that, I would, like weightlifting as far as like when you're playing sports. I know this is such no one can, but I noticed like, oh, I just have extra. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to work. Like when you're actually in the game, you're like, this is going better. And you're not thinking about it as much.
Yeah.
And like I play tennis now,
that's
and
so
I was
funny you say that. That's so funny you say that. The only time I've been in shape, like really in shape, was right when I met Leanne. I was 186 pounds, and I went to the U.S. Open at Bethpage.
Yes,
I think it was at Bethpage.
Yeah.
And I remember walking up a hill, going, "This is pretty easy." And everyone else is like, and I was like, "Oh, this being in shape is kind of works." And now I'm at that place where I was walking with my daughter yesterday at Fryman, and she's like, "Come on, let's go faster." And I was like, "I am. Shut the fuck up." And then I was trying to have a conversation with her, and I'm like, "I'm out of breath."
Well, you're also not in that type of shape. You're not in
this part.
Well, you have big muscles, but that just doing that cardio can be. Oh, this is
I don't do enough cardio. But was back to collegiate sports.
Oh, it was worth it. I was terrible, but it taught me a lot. And I more wanted to see if I could even hang at that level, which I kind of could have a little bit. And I could practice really well, but I just wanted to see if I could hang with the big boys. There was that, and then I don't know. I always do. I think it's my wiring that I'm like, no, let's see if I can do that, like Shark Week or something. And I was like, that seems like a good idea or terrible, but I loved it, and that's when I was like, oh, not only should these people get paid, but they're working so hard and they memorizing these playbooks, going to school, and I thought this is the level of kind of hard work you have to do to get shit done, and that, it wasn't like I was like, and now I will, but that I would thought, oh, if I want to be an actor, then I really got to put every minute into it I can.
Oh, so do you think your involvement in sports kind of helped you with this career?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It helped my work ethic. It made up for my lack of talent.
That's a fucking bullshit.
Oh, I was like, I might be the greatest actor, but I will make up for it I'll work my ass off.
Oh, okay.
I'll
take that. I'll take that because I feel that with my comedy. I'm definitely. I said to someone the other day, I was like, this is how important work ethic is. I go, top 10 comics, name them, and I go, better yet, am I in it? Probably not. But I'm earning in that top 10. I'm in the top 4.
You mean as far? Well, you're of course in the top. You're
no, but I go. There's comics that are so much more talented than I am that for whatever reason, I don't know. Like there's so many brilliant comics.
Yeah, I agree. Like
brilliant.
We all know. I know way better actors than me, but I'm like, we show up.
Yeah, I show up, and I'm not a dick. I don't try to fuck anyone. I don't talk shit to anyone. I'm always in a good mood. Like there are certain things. I made a playbook. I write down top 5. Okay, I made a playbook in my head when I was young. And I watched, and I know that you worked with a person where you probably did the same thing, where I watched what not to do. And I wrote down the shit not to do because I was like, that fucks things up. Yeah. Like those little things fuck up everything. Everything starts unraveling.
Yeah.
And I just started going, like, I can take advice from people and I can look, but I go, just focus on the not shit and you can really pay dividends.
Yes, if you are just kind to people, if you're just ready to work and good to people, people will be like, well, yeah, work with that guy because he's nice on set.
My cousin Andrew can remember people's names. I can't.
Oh, I can't do that.
He would show up when we were in Serbia doing the movie. He'd be like, Nicola, hey, Johnny, how you doing? And I was like, how do you know everyone's name? He goes, I just work on it. Like, I meet them, and then I just try to say their name a couple times. And
well, there's that little trick that some people do. They were like, I just met someone. Her name's Nicole. I'm going to write it on her forehead. in my brain, and somehow like Nick and Cole, and so like you can do this. I've tried doing that a few times, and sometimes it works, but it then gets very insulting in my brain.
No, I like that idea. So
but
you go,
I'm terrible.
Her name's Nicole, and she's fat like a snowman, like 2 pieces of coal
Yeah,
right there.
that's
Nicole.
Yeah. You're like, hey, and then you're like, hey, fat Cole, and oh no. But
Black Ass Rob. What's up,
Hey.
Black Ass Rob?
Yeah,
You remember Black Rob the rapper? Well, you kind of look like him.
it's really just fat shaming and racism is what it leads to, but it's fine. It works great. I think.
I am so bad at remembering people's names. I will tell you this, and I don't know if I can't tell you because it's so embarrassing that I hung out with someone for an entire evening, thought it was someone else, right?
Oh yeah, I've done.
Well, first of all, I thought it was someone, and I was actually right. The next morning I woke up and I go, wait, was that someone else? And then I texted this someone else as if it had been them. And they go, I think you're thinking of the other person. And then that person goes, I knew you didn't know who the fuck I was. I am so, I don't even, I'm so like, I'm accountable. So here this is
I think that's your ADHD, because that's why I blame it on. It's a blame it on that. But yes,
no, I'm ADHD and I'm very self-focused. Like I'm a soft narcissist. So I think about myself a lot.
You were a soft narcissist?
I borderline hard.
No, I know that you're laughing. I swear, I know that everything that comes out of my mouth is sarcastic, but I swear to you,
Yeah.
you don't put out those vibes at all.
I don't. I want to. I think pull up the traits of narcissism. I'm curious if I got it. Leanne always calls me a soft narcissist. Simply, I just think about myself a lot. I just think about me. Like I don't like I won't look at, if you show me family pictures, you go, you want to see my trip to Puerto Rico? I go, am I in any of those pictures? And then you go, no. I go, well, I definitely don't want to look at them.
Why would you be on a trip with
Sense of self-importance.
But why would you be on a trip with my family to Puerto Rico?
Why would you show me those pictures?
Well, because my uncle's on the run, and that's where the witness relocation would be fun.
Okay.
Okay, well, I will say
I'm not arrogant. That could be argued, though.
you do not lack empathy.
I have a lot of empathy. It's my best. My best thing is that I can be overly empathetic. I can feel empathy in a really heavy way sometimes. So I don't have that. That's why I'm soft. Let's see. Sense of self-importance. Yeah, sure. I think so.
Well,
right? Doesn't everyone feel that way a little bit?
yeah, I feel human beings, they are, sentient. We know we exist.
I think that certain people just lie to themselves because they know, don't say the word narcissist. I don't want to be that. So then they lie. But I think if you're 100% honest, you go, yeah, like, I think I'm important. If I'm not, like, I think I make a party better. I think I make a dinner better. I think I make people happy. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm a pretty important dude.
I think you could say that those things are true.
Yeah, I do too.
Right, but I think that there are people that go, I make this a better place, and everyone around them is miserable.
Okay.
When that, I think, is also true narcissism, when they're like, this is going great. I'm great. You're lucky I'm here. What a fuckwad.
Aren't you guys the best guy? The big guy showed up. Preoccupation with power, beauty, or success. I don't have a problem with beauty because I don't think about it. But preoccupation with success. I've been a failure the majority of my life.
Well, I mean, I'm joking. Again, you don't put out those vibes at all.
Okay. Entitled. I'm definitely entitled.
Sure, but you walk on a. As performers, this is it. We're not like, what do you do? Like, I build spiral staircases and there's my work.
Yeah.
It's like you walk out on stage by yourself. That is, there's got to be a certain amount of entitlement that you can be like, you don't walk out and be like, I'm sorry. Well, it's not, you have to have that to a point.
I think so.
I mean, like a pilot gets in a plane and goes, I can fucking do this.
So then how about this argument? Everyone that's in the entertainment business on camera ultimately at some point has hints of narcissism. You have to if you want to, if you think, like there are people that go, oh, I shouldn't be on camera. But then there's people like us that go, oh yeah, I want to be on camera. Like it's a weird thing to think of.
Well, there's always been performers. We've just never had the, cameras. We would have been in like.
I would have been by the fire.
You would have been a court jester who would have said probably both would, and then we would have been murdered by.
I would have definitely gotten. Actually, I bet I'd be the court jester that'd be like, he used to be good.
He's fun. We like having him around.
The king took his pinky and he fucking freaked out.
Yeah,
now he just says whatever the king wants to hear him say.
Right. So, I mean, yes, as performers, we think we can do something in front of people.
Yes.
But we've all met dickhead, arrogant plumbers that are like, I'm great at this.
Oh, yeah. There's narcissists that aren't in
but I don't think it's like it's all. There's the difference between narcissism is when you like lack of empathy and you think you're the greatest and you think that you're right about everything.
I know I'm not right about anything. And I'm not interpersonally exploitive for my own gain. I'm actually the exact opposite. I swear to God when I say this, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I just said this to Rainn Wilson. We all auditioned for The Office.
Yeah.
And so I remember going in, and that casting director, who I think might have ended up also casting maybe that Matt Damon movie you did.
I don't think it was her.
Or maybe I don't know. Anyway, I swear on my children, and I might have told you this. I went in for the audition, and you had just auditioned before me.
Oh yeah. That was very nice of you.
And this is what's wrong. So I guess I'm not a narcissist because we had done we had done a Bud Light improv audition.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to deal with Bud Light to do a series of commercials that would then turn into a sitcom. The premise of the TV show was I was a guy who had started a .com or whatever, cashed out, made a bunch of money, and then lost it all, and all I had left was my skybox.
At a stadium.
At a stadium. So I lived in my skybox.
It's a great. I still think it's a good idea for a show.
I think it's still a good idea too. But Bud Light wanted to see some stuff on tape, so they brought me in with me and you, and I don't remember who else.
I remember the theater we did it at.
We did an improv as if we all lived in a skybox. And it was just improv in front of the camera. And I remember being like, you were so fucking better. You were so much better that I thought. I remember thinking, this should be his sitcom. But I was a big drinker. So like that was how the connection to Budweiser happened. And I'd had a bunch of development deals leading up. So that's how that happened. I'm good at meetings. But
I'm a big drinker, but I didn't have a deal.
You were so much better than I was. And I was like, I think he's going to get it. And then shortly thereafter, it kind of just went away. And I was like, I think they saw that I was not a good actor. And so then
you're a terrible actress,
but I'm a horrible actress. Good kisser. We go into audition for The Office, and you walked out before me, and your headshot was in a pile. And I sat down and I go, he's fucking awesome. And she goes, what? You had been doing The Soup at the time. And I said, I think a lot of people know him from The Soup.
That was for The Informant.
Was it The Informant then?
Because I did not get past. I auditioned for The Office too and didn't get past.
Regardless, I only think it might have been The Informant. I don't know. But I told Rainn Wilson this. I thought it was The Office. But I said, he's a really great actor. And the lady took your headshot and lifted it up and went, really? I said, yeah, we did a thing for Budweiser, and he is amazing improver and a great actor. And she went, oh. And she moved your headshot, and I went, I think I just didn't get the role. We live in an increasingly automated world, but some things still require tedious manual work. Luckily, for e-commerce business owners, shipping is no longer a manual task, thanks to ShipStation. Save time automating your shipping and returns in the ShipStation dashboard while keeping costs down with industry-leading discounts. I love ShipStation. We've been using ShipStation my entire career as long as I've been selling merch, and it's all we will use. I love it. And I'm sure I'll reiterate this and say this, but we get the discounts that those Fortune 500 companies get. I love that. I love feeling like I'm in on the know. And that's the best part of it. Not the best part. You can manage every order from one simple dashboard, print shipping labels, easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every shipment, and automate delivery notifications. And with enterprise solutions that make warehouse optimization easy, ShipStation scales when you do. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of the companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life, just like me. Spend more time growing your business when you automate shipping tasks with ShipStation. Go to shipstation.com/cave today and sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's shipstation.com/cave.
If you have a family like I do, you know how much your loved ones depend on you. In a worst case scenario, you wouldn't want them to worry about money. Now, I believe that having life insurance is and should be a top priority for everyone, especially those with a family. I've always prioritized it. I believe in it. And I hope if you have a family, you would highly consider getting insurance to protect them in worst case scenario situations. Policy Genius was built to modernize the life insurance industry. Technology makes it easy to compare life insurance quotes from America's top insurers with just a few clicks, and you can find the lowest price. With Policy Genius, you get life insurance quotes that start at just $25 a month for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer coverage in as little as a week and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Your loved ones deserve a financial safety net. You deserve a smarter way to find and buy it. Head to policygenius.com/2bears1cave. That's the number 2, the word bears, the number 1, the word cave, or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. That's policygenius.com/2bears1cave.
So I don't have the exploitive.
You do not.
I hang out with losers all the time. My wife's nothing.
Wow. Wow.
Arrogant? No, I don't have that. I'm
No.
way better than my wife. Oh, arrogant. Yeah.
Why are you comparing everything to your wife?
I've fucking been busting her balls.
No, but you don't like empathy.
I do not like empathy, but I like being admired.
Well, yeah, but what
doesn't?
what humans like? No, I hate that. I mean, I can understand.
Oh, some people will be like if you try to compliment Tom, he'll be like, cool, and just walk away. Where I go, oh, for real? What show did you see?
Yeah, I have. Well, sometimes I think when I get compliments, I'm like, they're lying to me. So I think that's a little imposter syndrome, which just I think it's up your own ass.
Wait, have you had imposter syndrome?
Yo, yeah, I've had a lot of that.
So some people don't get it.
Some people that I have imposter syndrome, or that they don't get.
They don't get imposter syndrome.
I think so. I think it, but it's also. I think it goes back. I think it can switch and go vary, but I agree. Like there's some people, but like I remember when Anthony Hopkins was interviewed on Inside the Actor Studio, and Lipton was like, and he started listing all his awards, and then when he was like, when you hear that list, what does it make you? How does it make you feel? And he was like, he said like, I'm just most of the time trying to convince people I'm not a fraud. And I was like,
Anthony Hopkins
said it. So I was like, oh, I can relate to that. And
I have it so much that I think other people see it in me. Like I think they go, he doesn't. Like I have it so thick that I'm afraid to even say it out loud because people go, yeah, we know. You definitely don't belong there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not the only one who thinks you have imposter syndrome.
No, you are an imposter.
No,
you literally are.
We all see it. It's like the gay guy in the family coming out of Thanksgiving. They're like, fucking finally.
But then you stand on stage and a bunch of people, I was like, well, some people laughed at what I was doing. So
I am always curious how they got there. Like, I'm like, this has got to be, like,
I do that. I was like, this is a disaster.
It's a group.
Why would anybody watch this? Why would anybody show up?
Have you done a live play?
Oh, yeah. A lot of them.
Really?
Yeah. I used to do them all the time.
Really?
Yeah. You mean a play?
Yeah, like a play.
Yeah. I've done, tons of plays.
So, like, I did one play, and it got written up in the LA Times or whatever. I wish we could find, if someone could find that. I think it was before the internet was as big as it is, when they just wrote things in the paper and they were like, oh, we'll leave it there. It'll last forever. It's going into a library. Our play was about a bunch of guys who moved down to Nassau to not Nassau, where the space shuttle launches.
No.
NASA.
NASA. Yeah, NASA.
They moved to Cape Canaveral.
Oh.
They
Okay.
moved to Cape Canaveral to watch shuttle launch parties. To have shuttle launch parties, and it's right when they stopped doing the shuttle launches, and then they're like, "Fuck, we ruined our lives." And then finally they do a shuttle launch. They all break into Nassau and they fuck with something, and the shuttle explodes. The day our play opened, the shuttle exploded. Isn't that fucking insane?
The one that over Texas,
Yeah.
where it spread out over.
The day our play opened, about a shuttle explosion,
Well,
the shuttle exploded.
yeah, so you did not have control over that.
It seems at a certain point,
But
you go,
what was the-
I want to write a play about me getting my dick sucked every night.
Well, you never know. But so what the reviews were what?
So we didn't do the play that night because obviously we thought maybe that a little exactly too soon.
Right.
But then the reviews were, this is absolutely horrific. It's in bad taste.
Right. They're like, they should not be.
No one stands out on this stage except Bert Kreischer. And I was like, I remember getting the review, and everyone's like, "Did you get the review?" I go, "Not that bad." And Leanne's like, "You shouldn't say anything." I go, "No, but they said I was."
So
good.
they said you were good.
They said I was good,
Oh, yeah.
but the play was in poor taste.
Well,
and no one else could act.
I'm guessing you were like, well, that's really too bad.
Yeah,
That
I was
is
like,
so sad that.
Gentlemen, do you want me to just go out for the applause at the end?
Oh, I've gotten bad reviews where I'm like, yeah, I agree. Yes, they were right.
Really?
Oh yeah, no. When Community was first reviewed by Variety, oh no, yeah, I think it was not Variety. No, it was I can't remember. It was one of them, and they were like, Community could be a great show, but the lead is weak, and I was like, okay, and I've never forgotten it, and I remember the guy's name, and I was like, I'll never forget this guy. And I was like, great, good, wonderful. That was a fun review. They were like, this show would work except for the lead, so the whole thing's not gonna work. And I was like, okay, yeah, I agree, probably. And
Did you read it? Like, open up, like, let's see what it says.
I remember at the time, my managers, they were trying to keep it from me, and I was like, what the fuck what's happening? It was actually at the premiere party for The Informant.
Really?
Yeah, I'm no joke. And they were like, they're, most of them are really good. And I was like, I want to read them all. And so
I won't read one. I won't read one for the machine.
I don't do it as much. But that point in 2009, when the show came out, I was concerned about those things. And now I'm like, whatever.
I pulled Google Alerts off my phone.
I've never had a Google alert from me.
I signed up for it when I was young.
Yeah.
I signed up for it when I was young. I was like, cool.
It's all going to be...
That way, like, if anyone... Because when you're young, you
can care.
Yeah, and so I wanted it. I wanted to go, I want to know. It'll help me form my personality, and this will be good for me. It's healthy. And then I remember the first time any review came in... when I first got my first TV show, The X Show, I got hammered with hate mail. Like, hammered because I took someone's job, and everyone signed up there's 4 hosts, and I took one of the guy's jobs.
Because he was fired or he left?
He was fired. And it was not and we were going head to head with the Man Show, which was Jimmy Kimmel, so I had those people hating me. I have never gotten more hate. And they would print they'd send emails, and then they'd print the emails on pieces of paper. They print each email on one piece of paper, each email, and then they'd put them on a binder clip and hang them to your door. I swear to God,
Why would they do that?
Isn't this crazy to say? So I get the binder clip with all the emails, and I look, and everyone's got them, and I look at Daphne Brogdon, and she's only got like a little bit like this. I look at Craig J. Jackson. He's got like 5 pieces of paper. I have possibly 190 pieces of paper. And I'm like, whew, I guess the big boy's killing it. I grab them, go into my green room, pour a cocktail, kick my feet up, read the first one, and I'm like, that one's not good. Next one, that's even worse. Next one, I go, hold on, are these all bad? And they were all horrible. And then I went on the website the chat page for the show thinking, this is where the good ones got to be, right? And it was even it was chat threads about me. I've never once been on Reddit. I've been on Reddit once when it was like, said something about the machine is a good story, and I clicked it. This is very beginnings of Reddit. You can probably find out exactly when that was. Never once been on Reddit because I am terrified because of those emails that I got. It fucking left a scar on me. It left a scar on me. And when I wrote my book, I remember Leanne sent me a positive review, and I went, don't send me the good review. Because if you send me the good review, I got to look at the bad review. I got to appreciate, if I hang my hat on the good review, that means I have to hang my hat on the bad review. So I just don't read anything.
It's a weird move that the producers or whatever PA on that show is like, well, I'll just do a search for the name, or like, here's everything that came in.
All the emails that came in, they print them.
Because I'm sure there was, that's a weird, it's a bad move.
Well, you want to know a crazy thing? Other people don't believe this is totally true. In 9th grade, our religion teacher at an all-boys Catholic high school showed a 3rd trimester abortion to the class.
And dear God.
That's when they, just so we're clear, that's when they break the baby apart and pull it out limb by limb.
Okay. That's awful.
That's a true story.
What year?
1987.
And what grade?
I think we were in 9th grade because I know where we were on the school. I know what room we were in.
That is so rough.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say his name. Please edit his name out. And so we lived in New York together, and we were in a cab with these 3 girls, or maybe 2 girls, but yeah, we were packed into a cab, and I said, do you remember? Please edit his name out throughout the thing, because I'm about to say something horrible about him. I said, do you remember? Because he sat behind me in that class. I said, do you remember Mr. edit his name out too, showing us a 3rd trimester abortion? And he goes, 100%. And I go, really? I go, isn't that crazy? Because I think it affected the way I looked at abortion. And he goes, not me, I've had 5. I went, what? He goes, I've had 5. And at the time, I'd only had sex with 4 people. Women. I don't know why I say people. I had sex with only 4 women. And I go, wait, you've had more abortions than I've had sex? And he goes, yeah, it looks like it. Isn't that crazy?
That was not the way I'm guessing you thought that would go.
Not at all.
And I didn't think it would go that way. And boy, virile.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to him?
I saw him. Yeah. I just saw him the other day with his son. And he kept one.
He was like,
he kept one. By the way, if he sees this, he knows who we're talking about. He had an abortion when we were living together.
Wow. Well,
he was really pro-abortion.
That tape did not work. Dear God.
It worked for me. I had mine.
You had
my babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
edit that out. Why the fuck would I say that? Fucking Jesus Christ. I need to shut the fuck up.
How often do you say edit that out?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot, because I don't have a filter. I say whatever's on my mind because I think there's no bad idea. I think you can say whatever. If you say everything, then you can always work backwards into comedy. Like.
Well, I think that's really, I need to do more, but I think that was really, a comic should do that. Like, why is that thought in my mind, and how can I turn it into a joke?
Well, once you start editing yourself, like I lost a joke book, and I wrote crazy stuff inside there. It's like a manifesto. It's a manifesto of a guy. I mean, you'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah, but you weren't signing your name, Bert Kreischer, at the bottom of each page.
No, it says Bert Kreischer in the beginning opening. When you open it up, it says, if lost, please return to Bert Kreischer, and gives you my number. As if I thought someone was going to go, hey, I just found Bert Kreischer's joke book. I won't read it. I'm going to just send it to him.
Right.
In this day and age.
Did they send it back to you?
I haven't gotten it. And
that's got to be more.
I lost it at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, that's got to be more. Isn't that more depressing? That person's like, ugh.
People go, are you worried about cancel culture or things you've said on podcasts? Absolutely. I mean, obviously, everyone is. I've said wild stuff on podcasts. I am way more concerned about this joke book.
How long ago did you lose it?
Fucking 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And so this is like, This is, and by the way, it's the second one I've lost. I lost another one when I was younger, and I was even wilder writing stuff because they're your thoughts. You just like I have a journal. And I write. It's called a happiness journal, and I write things in there that are bothering me, things I want to talk about in therapy. And then I was like, what am I doing? And I started editing my thoughts, and then I was like, why am I editing my thoughts? Like I shouldn't. It's because I'm afraid people are gonna see the book one day, or I started lying in therapy at one point because it's online, and I was afraid someone would grab that, find out my link, and then publish it, and then you'd hear me go, "These are my thoughts." It's crazy. It's crazy.
You're creating quite a cycle of anxiety for yourself.
Oh, Joel.
To go like writing this book, we're like, what if anybody ever sees this? And now it's a book in a book form.
I started writing codes.
All right.
Yeah.
Give us an example.
No, because then people know my codes.
Damn. They're like, why does he keep saying poppy seed muffin over and over again?
I love muffins, but my muffin's looking older these days. Do you ever feel like I write shit about Leanne? I write like shit about Leanne, like crazy shit, crazy shit.
If you're saying, yeah, I was gonna say,
Because if I think it's crazy,
then it's
imagine
even crazier.
what they'd think.
Right. Or how much older you look in Leanne's eyes.
She loves you so much. You have no idea. She goes, I can't wait to see Joel. You know, we have like a cool friendship. And I went, you do? She goes, yeah. Like I went over to his house drop-off thing, and he showed me his Porsches, and like every now and then we'll text, and he's just the sweetest fucking guy. And I was like, can you get me his wife's number? And she's like, what? And I was like, I wouldn't mind making a friend.
You'll love her. She's great. It is. I mean, you know, it's like when you meet a person's partner and they're great, you're like, oh, that makes you even greater.
Oh yeah, I think I get a lot of points because of Leanne.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
Like people look at her and then go, there must be something good about Bert. Like I think without her, you know what my daughter said to me the other day? My daughter and I went to dinner. Two interesting things happened in this dinner. One, she asked about my buddy Croy, who killed himself, and I started telling her about him and about when we first became friends. We first became friends when I was in 9th grade and he was in 7th grade, and I was friends with his brother. We were all in 9th grade together, but we were surfing and we had this moment, and I was telling her why I loved this guy, and it was his personality never changed from 7th grade. He's always just had a very childish spirit. And I started crying and like tearing up, and we're at Vitello's, and she leans in and she goes, hey, pull it together. They're going to think I'm breaking up with you.
Dozo yoroshiku. Tom desu. That's Japanese. You have friends speaking Japanese to you? I don't think so. The best way to learn a language is through immersion, living where the language is spoken natively and using it every day, but that's not possible for everyone. So what's the second best way to learn a language? It is Babbel. Because with Babbel, you can start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. This summer, you can start speaking a new language with Babbel. Your boy is doing it. I'm obsessed with this stuff. I want to be the polyglot of the new generation. Yeah, I am taking Japanese and French and Italian. So what? I like it all. I want to learn all languages. Think about how much better you're going to feel about yourself when you have 20 minutes to kill and you went into a language learning session on your phone instead of looking at people falling off of buildings. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove Babbel is better. For instance, one study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. That is wild. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. You can get started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/bears. Get 55% off at babbel.com/bears. Spelled BABBEL.com/bears. Rules and restrictions may apply.
That's the first one, right?
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. And then the second one is we were talking about I've had crazy stuff has happened recently, like with being propositioned by women. Like it's never happened before. I mean, it's happened before in my life, but it's happening more often now. Like it's kind of bizarre. I've never had that before. And I was like, we were just talking about it. I don't know how it came up. And then Isla goes,
also Vitello's?
Yeah, same dinner. I put a lot on this kid.
Jeez. Okay. So you're telling your daughter about women coming on to you.
I said, well, someone hit on me at the restaurant. Someone like came up and they were like, hey, and it was bothering Isla. She's like, a lot of these people are staring at you. We should go somewhere else. We should sit somewhere else. And I said, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It is kind of crazy. We had someone sneak on the tour bus and I was like, whoa. And Isla leans in and she goes, I just need you to know, if you ever cheat on mom, I will never speak to you again. And I said, okay. I said, well, hold on. I don't like that threat. I go, first of all, I've never done anything inappropriate, but that threat seems like it's a double threat. And she goes, no, I will never speak to you. I go, okay. Same goes for mom. What if mom cheats on me? And she goes, no, I'd get it. I go, you would? And she goes, yeah, of course. You're always gone. She does all this work for you. I mean, she needs a break. And I go, hold on. And then she goes, okay, hold on.
She needs a break.
You're allowed to cheat on mom if it's with a dude. And I went, what? And she goes, so I always thought you were a little gay. I go, hold on. It was the weirdest fucking dinner.
Someone leans over and be like, you guys are talking really loud. And the chicken parmesan is, wow.
How old are your kids?
Wait, going back, when people meet me, they're like, hey, we wanted to meet you, but we're staying for your wife because she's so much better.
Your wife looks like a cross-country runner, right?
Yeah, she's
blonde.
Yeah. She's I'm hot, and I'm very lucky. But they're like, oh, she's way. I mean, and I was like, oh right. And I remember years ago, my dad was like, marry somebody better than you, marry somebody that people like. I'm like, oh.
If you could change one thing about your wife, what would it be?
I'd add a third eye.
On the back of her head, or the front of her head?
For the forehead.
Just forehead.
Just could be like, look at that. Maybe a tail.
Okay.
For balance.
I don't know,
or maybe.
I'm not doing physical because I didn't do physical. If you could change one thing about your wife that your wife does in public with you, I'll start, and then you can help me figure yours out. Okay.
Okay.
So this is Leanne. I'll have a crazy idea. Have you seen her do this, Christine? I'll have a crazy idea, like, you know what we should do? We should get like 4 tour buses. And she goes, no, we're not doing that. And I go, I haven't even finished my thought. I go, you gotta let me finish my thought. And then she's like, well, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying for 4 tour buses. I go, hold on. Or like I'll go, like I was just telling a story the other day, and someone was like, wait, how did this happen? And I go, we were walking in here, and Leanne goes, that's not what happened. I go, hold on, stop. I'm cutting out the parts that you would tell. Yeah. Like if Leanne tells you the story, she gives you all of it. You're like, is this Moby Dick? When's this story gonna end?
I think we want to change the same thing about our wives.
Think.
Do I tell the same stories over and over again? And she's like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, here we go. You guys heard this one before?
Leanne will do that. She'll roll her eyes. Here we go.
Yeah.
The other day, she had the greatest story. Okay, the greatest story. And I let her tell it. I knew I could tell it so much better. I knew I could hit it out of the fucking park. I could have people going, ah! And then I just let her just.
And you let her do that because you're like, because if I interrupt, she's gonna.
Well, you know what? Part of me, it's almost like, say your son plays tennis.
Okay.
But he hasn't been to practice in 2 weeks, and you've been telling him you need to go to practice. Don't you go to that tournament just to watch him fail, so that when he walks off the court, you go, "Oh, I told you should have practiced." That's why I watched her fail.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the story. It's a good story.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good story.
I would like to hear.
Have you heard this story? I think you have. Halston, you haven't. So obviously we have this house where we do podcasts, and we've put a few pictures of me up.
As you should. It's your house for podcasting.
Yeah. So we're getting a hood put in the kitchen. So Saturday morning, she gets a text and she's like, "Oh shit, the guys are there to put the hood, and I'm gonna go run down and let them in." So she lets these two guys in, and they walk in, and they look around, and they're like, oh, shit, this is Bert Kreischer. And the guy's like, yeah, he's all over the place. And the one guy goes, she must be a huge fan. And they go, and she hears that, and they go, so you like Bert Kreischer, huh? And she's like, yeah, I'm married to him. And they're like, huh? And she's like, this is his house. I'm like, oh my God. So Leanne tells the story. I'll tell it like Leanne told it.
Okay.
Right? So they're putting the hood in at the house. Wait, she can't hear this, can she? She's downstairs listening to this. Oh, I'm gonna get in so much fucking trouble. Never mind. Story's over. So they're putting the hood in at the house.
She doesn't have a
has
southern accent.
I like making it. I like making it worse than it is.
Yeah, she sounds like she did Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials.
Do what now? It's like when Leanne falls asleep when you're watching. Every night she goes, I go, you want to watch something on TV? And she goes, I love to. Whatever we want to watch. Last night we watched Billie Eilish and David Letterman on whatever it's your turn.
Right.
David Letterman's thing. 5 fucking minutes into it, just, and I go, and then I just stared at her. I go, do you want to just go to bed? And she goes, I'm not sleeping. I go, you're definitely sleeping. I'm not sleeping. Huh? Close my eyes for a second. Keep going. I love this, Billie Eilish. Oh, thank God. So
my wife got to a point where she just goes to bed and I stay up and doing shit. So
we're sleeping in separate rooms. My snoring's that bad.
Wow.
It's that bad. It's epic.
Oh, I just like staying up. So
How late do you stay up?
1 usually.
Last night I stayed up till 1:30.
Yeah. And then I'm always tired. And then
What time did you wake up today?
7.
Okay.
I mean, 6 hours ain't bad.
I woke up at 6.
So you got 5. Are you to work out?
Yeah, workout, sauna, polar plunge, and then
I can't.
Can you tell I'm wearing makeup?
Oh yeah, it's
caked on.
It's bad.
I was really red today.
No, you look great.
Oh yeah.
I can't tell you're wearing makeup. What do you got? Bronzer?
We had hair and makeup come here. That's why my hair looks so good.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
You should really.
I had a photo shoot for the LA Times.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah, and my shirt didn't fit because I've gained weight.
Okay,
So
you did a lot.
So
a
the
lot
one time
just
I wear
happened.
a shirt. Okay, here's a question I really want to ask you.
Wait, I can't. You work out first thing in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that. I never do that now.
For real?
Yeah, I know. Right, once in a while, but
When do you work out?
Mid morning or like after lunch?
Have you worked out already?
No, I didn't realize I was doing this.
Oh, really?
I was not. I'm so scattered and ADHD. They were. My assistant was like, "Oh, the car's here for you." I'm like, "For what?" And they were like, "Bert Kreischer," and I was like, "Oh, right."
Are you
I
and
was
Ken?
just about to work out.
Are you and Ken still doing your podcast?
No, we haven't for 2.5 years.
Oh, was it just during the
It
pandemic?
was just, yeah. I would love
God
to have
damn
been.
It was so good.
God bless.
You guys are so good
I would have
together.
loved to have done it. But Ken, do you hear that? Fuck. Yeah, he was. I think he realized it wasn't gonna. It took up. It takes up a lot of time. But
Yeah.
and we both got. Yeah, we're both running around like
How
maniacs.
old are your kids?
18 and 15.
18. Oh, 18 and 15. That's mine age.
Look at that.
Too.
Look at that.
One's in college.
He is not. We'll see. We'll see if he. Well, he might not go, but he will.
I got one who's going to look at colleges, and I said, "For real?
Yeah, I was.
Are we really going to do this?"
College is great, but it's not for everybody.
She said to me the other day, she goes, "What if I did this and like stayed in LA? What would you think about that?" And I was like, "I fucking love it." I was like, "I'd love
You're
it."
gonna miss her.
I didn't want Georgia to leave. This is my most liked picture ever was the day we dropped Georgia off, and I was crying my eyes out. And I was like, I did not want her to leave. I still don't want her gone. We went on a hike yesterday, and the whole time I couldn't enjoy everything because I just missed her because she's so much fun. All I was doing was telling stories of when Georgia and I laughed because Georgia and I would find Isla hysterical. Isla's very frustrating to Leanne. Like, because Isla's a very frustrating human being. But Georgia and I, the hardest I've ever liked. Isla has a crippling phobia of bees.
Oh.
She couldn't play the outfield in softball at a certain point because all she did was look for bees. So she would just have her eyes at the feet, just looking for bees the whole time. Looking for bees.
The ball would just go right
And they hit it, and then she'd go, there's bees over there.
Wow.
It was bad. It was bad. And it still is bad. Yesterday, because Fryman's really blossoming, the whole time she was like fucking bees.
And she's 15.
16 right now. So maybe 5 years ago, it was before the pandemic, so probably 5 years ago, we go on a hike with a bunch of our friends and their kids, and not the moms, just the dads, and me and Georgia and Isla. And we're hiking up Fryman. And Isla is goofy as shit always, and she's walking, and she's like, and she sees a dude in front of her go, hoo, 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 and then she goes, "What's up with this guy, huh?" And then she starts going, hoo, 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 like making fun of him, but she's behind him. And then she goes, "Wait, what's that?" It's a swarm of bees, and Isla does Captain Caveman arms, where it's almost like they're not her original body parts, and she's learning how to use them for the first time. Just and Georgia gets closer, and she goes, "Dad, it's bees!" And Georgia and I fucking fell on the ground, and Isla started sprinting. We watched her see her biggest fear, and we got to see it, and we were crying, fucking laughing. And then she sprinted down Fryman Canyon. "There's bees up there. You don't want to go."
Yelling at...
It was maybe 4,000 bees. It was the biggest swarm of bees I've ever seen in my fucking life. And Georgia to this day will text me, "Do you remember when we watched Isla walk into bees?" We laughed so fucking hard.
After watching a dude.
Because he was like, because he was like, it's because when you, like, if you just see someone swatting at bees, you can't tell what that is. You're like,
Right. You're like, look at that idiot.
All right, here's a question I want to ask you.
I want to ask you.
I have a list of questions, and I want to talk about knives.
Did you pay for your watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, my wife did, but yeah, I did.
Oh, it's very nice.
The top 5 most spectacular sporting moments for Joel McHale.
Oh.
Meaning, when you think of your life as an athlete, what are your 5 biggest memories where you go, well, I got to put that on the list?
Yeah, not that great. I mean, I was a good athlete, but I was never...
Like, did you ever have a moment? Like, I was a good athlete, but I wasn't like, I didn't go to college. I went to college to play, but didn't play in college. But like, my first home run over center field, 11 years old, never forget it. Never forget that moment.
oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, give me
Most recently, I was in that, the Major League Baseball Celebrity All-Star game last summer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it was like, you know, they. I know that like Rob Lowe had to drop out, and they were like, "Will you go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll fucking go." And it was in Dodger Stadium, and fucking Bad Bunny was on our team.
Bad Bunny, the recording artist?
Yeah, and I got up to bat, and I hit a home run, and I was so happy.
Hold up! Shut the fuck up!
It was I was just like, I can't. I was so happy.
No way! Are you fucking serious?
Mm-hmm. It was like I was like, oh, this is really cool. And
do we have footage of this?
I don't know.
There has to be.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're.
It's got to be All-Star Celebrity, Tacos, Wacos, and Q&A.
The best is that they introduced me as a snowboarder from the Olympics because I was such a late replacement.
First of all, I would never go on the internet to find it. I would just go on.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. Yeah, okay. Good job.
Yeah, that's what I'm posting. Kids.
Is that
kids? This is how great the kids are like. Wow, Dad, all those people in your team are way more famous than you. There's
Bryan Cranston. God, is that him with the beard?
Yeah.
What is he playing? Jerry Garcia?
I was for a role,
yeah,
and then J.K. Simmons was the other coach, and he also had a much bigger beard. And
I remember J.K. Simmons as a Nazi in
Oz.
In Oz,
yeah, he was amazing.
He was amazing when he burned the swastika in that guy's ass with a lighter.
People should watch that show because
that's crazy.
It was so much fun, and I was like, this is it was good times. And
God,
that was. Yeah, we'll never find
YouTube is where you would find something like this, if anyone has it.
It really shows you how the public really wants to see that clip of me. They really want it. JoJo Siwa, she hit
JoJo Siwa hit a home run too?
Yeah.
Well, let me see this. I love her.
She's terrific.
It
was a great hit.
She legit. She must have played softball growing up.
Yeah, it was a real good hit.
She did not play softball growing up.
And we're all jumping and having a
She did not play.
That's CC Sabathia.
No way.
Was pitching.
Let me see her swing again. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I was freaking.
Look at that. She let go of the bat. I mean, wow, that's crazy.
It was
held on to the bat.
It was a good hit.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Can you find me Joel McHale's
I don't
home
see.
run?
It shows you that no one cares.
Patrick Mahomes and Paul Rudd.
There's a celebrity family.
This is crazy.
There's me drinking on the Today Show as usual. Yeah. There's what a walk down memory lane. Oh, there's
5 longest. By the way, I got into a home run thread the other day of watching dudes who play. They're like just dudes with beautiful swings, and they test out bats and they try to break bats and whatnot. It was I get fucking watch.
That's I go down the rabbit hole of watching players talk about Larry Bird.
Really,
it's great because Larry Bird was the biggest trash talker out of any trash talker,
yeah.
And it's so great to listen to like. These guys go like, I showed up and he started making fun of me. And he was famous for going, I'm going to dribble down. I'm going to go to the corner. I'm going to get the ball. I'm going to shoot in your face. And then I'm going to look at your mom. And and it's so great. Magic Johnson talks about it. It's really great.
Really?
Yeah. I can't recommend it enough.
Larry Bird talking shit?
Yeah. There's 1,000 videos.
What other videos are you really into? I'm trying to think. I am into, we're both into knives.
We love knives.
So I realized the other day, because I was like, I got caught back into Twitter. I've been off Twitter for a while, I had to make a burner account because Rogan sent me something, and I got caught by my social media person looking at Twitter, and she goes, whoa, you don't have Twitter? How did you get that? And I was like, I have a burner account now. And they were like, you're off. So I got caught, and so I was like, well,
what? You get caught by the people that you pay.
In Australia. I was in Australia, and I was on the burner account. And then I started going like, okay, I'm just going to use Twitter. I'm going to not use Twitter. I'm going to use the internet for just what I want to watch. Like history videos, knives, Rolexes, dogs. I love dogs.
Dog videos.
Dude, I like looking at breeds of dogs, like the Dogo Argentino or the Cane Corso.
Why don't you have a podcast about that?
I would love
that.
I would love to talk to people.
If you bring in dog owners.
Look at this Dogo Argentino. This is the most beautiful fucking dog. Second row, the second to last one on the right. Look at that. Look at this dog. Isn't that a beautiful fucking dog?
That doesn't even look real.
Very dominant. You can't let it sleep in bed with you.
Why not?
Because it will assume dominance. Anytime you let it's like I went to buy one. They hunt pigs with them in Hawaii, I think. And so they're really fucking badass. They're the size of a bull mastiff. They're big as shit, and they're all muscle.
Why don't you get it?
I said to the guy, 2 dogs I wanted. That and what's the one with all the dreadlocks? It's the Afghan dreadlock dog.
I always say Shar-Pei, the one with all the.
That's a Hungarian Puli.
That's not
the Hungarian Puli. It's not the Puli. It's the tall one.
Commodore. Is that how the hair comes out?
No, you gotta be a part of getting it dreadlocked.
Okay.
So I almost got a Commodore.
Like a lot of work.
I almost got a Commodore and a Dogo Argentino. Look how big that thing is.
Oh my gosh,
Look
that
at
thing.
How big that thing
how
is.
do you wash that thing?
You don't. I don't think you do. So I said to the 2 people told me they wouldn't sell me their puppies. The Dogo Argentino guy, he goes, all right, what do you want this dog for? I said, protection. I'm on the road a lot. I want something that would scare people away. And he goes, okay. Are you going to let it outside? Is it going to be an outside dog or an inside dog? I said, inside dog. Inside dog, okay. Where are you going to keep it inside? And I said, just in my house. And he goes, you going to let it on the couch? I said, yeah, probably. And he goes, on your bed? And I said, yeah. And he goes, I'm not selling you this dog. I went, why? And he goes, because this dog commands a great deal of expertise in raising a dominant dog. You're not getting like a labradoodle. This is a dog that if it sees weakness in you, it will become the dominant thing in that house. And I went, fuck, okay. And then I couldn't get the dog, and I couldn't, and they're hard to find. This same thing happened with the Commodore.
They wouldn't sell you
They
that?
wouldn't sell me a Commodore either.
Why?
Because I said I would let it outside. And how big's your fence? I said 6 feet. Nope, not letting you have this dog. I go, well, hold on. That's all you're allowed to have in LA is a 6-foot fence, because the police have to be able to look over it to like get into your like, that's the height.
And the dog would
requirements.
jump over that?
They said the dog's going to jump over this fucking fence. And so I was like, fuck. Only other animal I want, Savannah cat. Have you seen it?
No.
Joel, what do you do with your time online?
Well, I usually look at info.
Look at how big this fucking cat is.
How much is that cat?
They're for like $5,000.
What are you going to...
It is a fucking...
I like how
look
you're
at
like,
this.
I want a huge... That's not real.
That's a fucking real cat.
That's...
Look at that fucking cat. Look at that fucking cat. That's an F1 Savannah cat too. See if that's an F1 Savannah cat.
Yeah, don't...
F1 means...
Yeah, the F3s are shitty.
No, you don't want F3s, because F3s means they've bred out...
I was just making that up. I don't even know what that is.
I think they go down to F5. They have... So F1
like
means...
Wagyu beef?
Yeah. No. So F1 means it's the most expensive pet in the world.
What that? And it's $5,000 at the most expensive pet seems like.
Dude, look at this fucking cat. They're illegal in New York.
Why?
Because they're fucking. Look at how high they can jump.
Look at that guy's weird house.
Yeah.
Talk about witness relocation.
He's got porn stars will get him a lot.
What?
Yeah, porn stars will get these cats.
Why?
Mary Lynn Rice Cub has one of these cats.
Oh.
But
is she a porn star?
No, but she's got one and it's badass. It's like it's a little wild. It's a little bit of a wild cat.
You have 3 animals that you would like, and you're 0 for 3.
I ended up, we have 3 rescue cats, and then I have bull mastiffs.
How many bull mastiffs?
2.
Okay. Well, and you love these.
But they're bull mastiff is right. The guy was right. I shouldn't have gotten the Dogo Argentino.
Because you also have these bull mastiffs.
Well, no. This is before I got the bull mastiff. We got our first bull mastiff, Priscilla, probably 15 years ago. No, maybe 10 years ago. And you can see this is our bull mastiffs now. That was Priscilla.
Is that Leanne? Right
Yeah, go to Leanne and the 2 dogs. That's Mac. There's Leanne and I think that's Leanne and Mac.
Those are big dogs.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
They're fucking awesome, and they're really docile. That's Priscilla. They're really docile and they're really like sweet dogs, but they are scary enough that no one's going to break into the house because they do get spooked pretty easily. So like if someone new comes into the house, Mac especially, who's 160 pounds, he kind of like locks up like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? And then you got to be like, it's okay, Mac, it's okay. What, do you have any animals?
Yeah.
What do you have?
3 dogs and a rabbit.
You have a rabbit?
Yeah.
How do you have the rabbit with the dogs?
2 of the dogs didn't care, and then the other dog, our French bulldog, who's very aggressive, he was a puppy at the same time. The rabbit was a little thing, so they sit and they eat together. They think they're brother and sister, or brother and brother.
Shut up.
So yeah, so they all get along great. But when the doorbell rings or someone, they're not as intimidating as a mastiff, but all hell breaks loose.
But I bet you'd have a few people that broke into your house like, oh shit, it's a bunny. Oh my God.
Yeah, they'd be like, what?
And then at least it slows them down.
Yeah, they'd be like, this is the cutest thing. Well, let me untie.
You know what?
I'll untie one of the family members in this home invasion. But I know they're great pets, and they're very cuddly. But I don't know if you do this, but my wife and I are like, what are we gonna do when we lose one of these dogs passes away? And we were like, so I was like, what kind of we're not even talking about our sons that way. We're talking. Yeah. I mean, we are so tied to them that and then our pug got epilepsy, and we're like, is this the end? And so it's not. He's on medicine now, but it was traumatic. We're so worried.
Oh, We had to put down Priscilla. It was during the pandemic.
Oh no! Why?
It was she was talking back. No, she.
Wow.
She.
It's funny you keep saying Priscilla because that's my grandmother's name and my niece's name. So I'm like,
She got a blood clot in her heart or like heart cancer, something like that. They were like, doesn't matter. You need to put her down. And so I used to do a bit about it on stage that was pretty funny, oddly enough, because it was a weird moment. It was a really weird moment, but it was fucking the hardest part because the girl
that is quite the laser to dance over to talk about a dog dying.
It murdered. It really murdered. It was like I was gonna put it in my special, but it is really emotional. And if I tell, so sometimes if I tell a bit and you're in the moment, it's more fun. But with this bit, if I was in the moment, I would cry. I couldn't help but cry.
Boy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was tough because the girls were young still. The girls were, I think, 14 and 12.
Yeah.
And the funniest part of that is when I was shooting the movie, I had this, in Serbia, I had a co-star named Eva. And I was saying that we had a dog, and she goes, "Oh, I want to see a picture of your dog." And I was like, "Okay." And so I just scrolled to like find a picture, and the one picture I found, I go, "Here it is." And then I go, "Oh, wait." And it was a video. I thought it was a picture. You know how sometimes it needs to load?
Yeah.
And I hit it, and I go, "Here's a picture." And it was a video. I go, "Oh no, this is when we were putting her down." And then she goes, "Why would you show me that picture?" Like as if I went, "Here, this is us putting her down."
Wow.
And so, but I had videotaped it.
That's a really good question.
I videotaped it, and a little bit. I didn't the actual passing. I didn't videotape. I was in the moment, but I like, in the moment, I was like, our last moments with Priscilla. Let's hold on to this. And then I took the Nest Cam footage of her actually, and I saved it. I don't know why, of her actually passing.
Yeah, it's a little odd. It was like I remember when my grandmother passed away.
You took the Nest Cam of that?
No, they didn't have them then. But we had a wake, and she was just sitting there. It was an open casket, and my uncle was taking photos of.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I was like, that's a little odd. And my dad was like, "Yes, it is." And it was pre cameras on your phone, so it was like a SLR. So it was yeah. And I was like, okay, you got that?
Taking pictures of her. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and even when I think about it now, I'm like, those pictures exist somewhere. How weird.
Someone developed them.
I mean, they're like at a photo mat, probably. I don't.
This
know.
woman didn't move in any of these pictures.
She seems very relaxed.
Was she sitting up in the casket?
Oh yeah. We propped her up for the wake. We wanted everyone to see her. She was pretty big, so I was like, ooh, Grandma Marie.
At my grandmother's funeral, they had a slideshow of all of her pictures with us. And the majority of pictures where we were all together with my grandmother was on this one trip we took to New York where my sister Annie was going through her fat phase. And so this thing would... So the first time...
I can't believe you didn't scream, edit that out.
So the first time it goes... And by the way, so the pre-wake's like maybe 45 minutes. And the loop is every 3 minutes. It's every 3 minutes it changes.
You see.
It's the same picture. So the first time it goes by,
Annie sees it.
Annie just goes like this. She goes, "Oh, who put that picture in there?" And then my mom's like, "Don't worry about it, honey. It's fine. It's fine. Just try to be here." So then it goes around like literally 3 or 4 minutes later, and my sister or my daughter Georgia goes, "That is not a good picture of Annie." And she's like, "Georgia, stop." And so then next time it goes around, someone goes, "God damn it." And it got funnier and funnier. By the end, my dad comes in. He had been with his uncle. He comes in at the end, and that picture of Annie comes up, and he goes, "Jesus Christ." And Annie's like, "I know, stop, okay?"
Did Annie eat your grandma? What happened?
She's like going through a fat phase, but the way she's standing, she's sticking her belly out like we're at Disney World or something, and she's sticking her belly out like this. It's the worst picture.
How's Annie doing now?
She looks great. She's dating someone. They're very happy. She's loves her job. He loves his job. She's killing it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's killing it. But man, we laughed.
God.
I want at
She
my
older or younger?
Younger. Wait, are you gonna have a funeral?
Yes, next week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I plan it. I'm usually always in the planning phase. Then I start setting the date, and then
I'm gonna keep the same invite list for my funeral as
I
for
don't
my
really.
premiere.
Do you have a choice on whether you have a funeral or not?
Well, they don't do funerals a lot anymore.
They don't.
No,
What?
funerals they don't even exist. People don't do them.
Is your staff gonna have a funeral?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
30. I
Oh,
can't
a lot
just
of 30-year-olds don't die.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll probably won't die at all.
Look at the braggart here. I don't know.
I want a fucking funeral. I want a fucking
You want it
funeral. I
like-
want suits and ties. I want big church. Big fucking church.
like a mega church.
Here's the
like
problem.
Joel Osteen's church,
Yeah.
like
oh,
the-
wow. Hold on.
the old Rockets arena.
Let's talk about our funerals.
All right.
How'd be cool if you died on the same day and then we could do like a co-share.
I mean, we could plan it.
We could. Oh, I guess we could.
Yeah. It might.
You want to do a suicide pact?
Yeah, we can make it look like an accident. We probably shouldn't plan it on tape here or on mic.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What if we do die on the same day? Well, the day I die or the day you die, we're both going to be like, ooh, I think I'm going to stay home.
and then
Not taking the motorcycle out today.
then your wife comes home with one of those dogo dogs, and we're like, "Good news!" And then it rips your throat out. And you're like, "Get off my couch." Have you told your wife that the funeral that you already want?
I've been pretty specific about my wants. I have my list of people I want to talk at my funeral, but I just realized, like,
Who's the?
well, I had a list, and then I realized, and then I sent that same list for my funeral. It's why it was like
You've thought about this.
Oh yeah, I've thought about this a lot. The same list for my funeral is pretty adjacent to the list of my premiere for my movie, and obviously, like the first, like 50 people were like, "Oh, these are the people I want at my funeral too." So I send them the list, and then a lot of people are like, "Yeah, I can't make it," and I go, "Hold on, if you're not coming to my movie, you might not be coming to my funeral,"
Yeah, and you would never know.
and which really bothers me.
Right.
Like I might need verbal commitments today.
I mean, what if what if you made it easy for everybody and had the funeral in Austin?
You sound like Sony right now, because that was our initial thought for the movie premiere. Is like,
I mean-
because I really wanted Joe to come, and a lot of people, all my friends are in Austin. I could make it easy and do the premiere in Austin, but everyone that worked on the movie lives in LA. Everyone's got to fucking fly to Austin. Let's for real. This is a really great point. Do I have my funeral in LA? Because I mean, none of my family friends are here. My parents aren't here. All the dudes I grew up with are all on the East Coast.
Right.
Tom and Joe definitely probably aren't flying to LA. They don't like LA. They're not going to fly to LA for a funeral. I mean, I could get hopefully Logan Paul will come to my funeral.
Oh,
I mean, that would be my big get.
that would be good.
But then I got to change my list of people I wanted to speak at my funeral were all my friends.
Well, yeah, you need to.
And if they're not coming, then all of a sudden no one's speaking at my fucking funeral.
Yeah, that's why you have to invite, triple the number of people to speak, because you're going to have a lot of,
Who do you want to speak at your funeral?
I have not thought about that.
Let's think about it. For real.
Okay, Joel Osteen. Oh, I mean,
Would be good. I want Bernie Mac to speak at my funeral. I gotta hang out with him more.
I have terrible news.
What?
He's dead.
Oh, not Bernie. I meant Steve Harvey.
Oh.
I meant Steve
Oh,
Harvey.
no.
I meant Steve. I got
Oh.
terrible news, and I was like,
Oh, all
wait, hold
black people look the same, don't they?
No. I've been doing a deep dive on Steve Harvey
And Bernie Mac came up,
and Bernie Mac because
who's been dead for years. You're terrible.
He's dead. And I was like, wait, he's thinking of the wrong guy. Have you ever heard Steve Harvey talk about his wife Marjorie?
No.
Oh, it's my favorite clip ever. It's my favorite fucking clip ever.
What does he say?
Oh, hold on. Pull up Steve Harvey talking about Marjorie. This is so Leanne's obsessed with Steve Harvey, right?
Right.
And she will text me clips of Steve Harvey all the time. All she does is watch clips of Steve Harvey. And so, hold on. It's I just had a moment. Put your headsets on. Hang on. Hit pause. Here we go. Pause. Go full screen. All right. This is, and I think
He has a perfect bald head.
I think you'll feel like I feel. I get emotional watching this because this is how I feel about my wife. And all right, go ahead.
I just had a moment. And that's me and my wife's song too. I met her 86, 87 when the song came out. Then God gave her back to me in 2005. I put her name on the back, man. You understand me. That's mine right there. Yeah, I own you and you own me. I will kill everybody in here about your ass. Please understand that about the way I love you, Marjorie Elaine. You understand me? I kill everybody in here. I swear to God I will. You can ask the Lord about me. I'll kill every rescued and changed my life.
I get teary-eyed watching that. I get teary-eyed because I love that fucking energy. Dude, Steve Harvey he told a story about, I get teary-eyed watching that. I don't know why. I just love that energy. Like that fucking, man, he's the best.
He's the best. I did that Celebrity Family Feud, and watching him with the audience, I was just like, this is just he's just the master.
He
it's amazing.
You should watch him on Club Shay Shay. Have you seen Club Shay Shay?
No.
Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast.
I've seen his.
It's Shannon Sharp's podcast is.
I just watched the clips of him talking about sports. He's so fucking smart.
Dude, he is such a great interviewer. Club Shay Shay, he has. Steve Harvey's probably my favorite podcast on here, but I am a huge Steve Harvey fan. He talks about his mom. His dad's name was Slick Harvey, right? And his dad had a 3rd grade education, and his mom. Why do I get emotional when I talk about Steve Harvey?
Have you had him on your podcast?
No, I just met him, and he was so fucking cool. I can't. You know what? I don't. Whatever the thing is when people you look up to pay you respect in this business.
Yeah,
it is a moment that you never forget.
Yeah.
And
where'd you meet him?
Celebrity Family Feud.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Me and the girls did it. Leanne was like, we're definitely doing it. And so we go to do it, and the pre-interview guy goes, so you've got a movie, you got a special called The Machine coming out? And I went, no, it's a movie. And he goes, you have a Netflix special called Razzle Dazzle? And I said, yeah. And he goes, so congrats on getting on Netflix. I go, it's like my 5th Netflix special. And he goes, oh, okay, cool. But you could tell they've done no pre-interview. No offense to Family Feud. I think they thought I was still, that's me and the girls. They think
so great.
I think they thought I was still on Travel Channel, and I only say that because the team we played against was from HGTV, and so I think they thought it was Travel Channel. No disrespect to anyone on that
How
production.
long ago were you on Travel Channel?
It was like 9 years ago. I think it was like it's been a while, 6 years ago, and so I don't think the pre-interview or whatever the producer thing. I think it was poorly researched. And no slight to Family Feud. I had a fucking blast, and none of that made the screening because Steve Harvey came out. And he comes up and he goes, I'm a fan. And I was like, what? And then he gave me the greatest fucking intro. 5 specials on Netflix. You don't understand. And he's like, he was fucking so goddamn great to me and the whole family. I don't want to spoil it. You got to watch the episode. I don't want to spoil it.
When's it coming out?
Not for a while. I don't want to spoil it, but it's really fucking hilarious. And him and Isla connected, and it was fucking such a great experience. But he talks about, I've been watching a lot of Steve Harvey, a lot of it, and he talks on Club Shay Shay about his mom teaching his dad how to read, and he goes, I never saw love like that in my life. And he's like, I get emotional when I'm talking about it. He goes, when I was a kid, someone talked about your mama. My daddy said, it's that ass. You better get that ass. And if you can't get that ass, you come get your brother get that ass. No one talks about your mama. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Like, is it that those guys, those type of men don't exist anymore? Like, that I look at that and I go, yeah. My dad would have fought about his mom. Like, you can call my mom a whore. I'd be like, okay. Whatever.
You're going to be okay with your mom getting called a whore?
Like when I was a kid, I was like, I'm not getting a fist fight over my fucking mom.
Well, gosh, if someone said your mom, you wouldn't swing at someone?
When I was a child, no, I was just sort of like, I would have been like, because my dad didn't raise me to fight at all. Like he was like, yo, you walk away. It's not worth it. Nothing's ever worth it. Like to this day, if I get into a confrontation, I have a really insane ability to walk away. Like even in a time when you think you could win, I still have a thing where my dad has it implanted because he's a lawyer. You never know. You punch someone, they hit their fucking head on the back of a curb, they die, you're in prison for the rest of your life.
That's true.
That was the way my dad raised me. You don't ever need to take anything to violence. You never need to get to violence. He's like, you can always walk away. You can look like a coward, but guess what? You wake up the next day in your bed. And I got in fights growing up. Like I got into fights, but like never about like my mom wasn't the thing, but my dad would have fought over his mom as a kid.
Yeah. When's the last time you were in a fight? Two days ago.
When was the last time I was in a fight? I remember the last time I talked shit to someone. Oh, the last time I was in a fight, I got the shit kicked out of me in college.
Oh.
Yeah, I got beat up pretty bad. I had to go to the hospital. I had a really severe concussion. Fuck. I had memory loss. It was pretty bad.
They hit you really hard.
Threw me on my head. Fucking suplex. And I fucking woke up.
Yeah, you could have died.
Yeah. I think that guy probably has never been in a fight since because I think he was really scared to what he did. I remember I woke up and he was on the floor next to me and he was freaking out.
Because he thought he had killed someone.
I think he thought he had killed someone.
Where's that guy now?
I think he's, I don't know.
It's
the thing I learned about
Anthony Jeselnik.
The thing I learned about dudes, the thing I learned in life about dudes who have a past history of getting to violence and can get to violence is you don't say anything about those guys.
Well, yeah.
Like I'll bust balls with anyone who I know won't go to violence. Like I'll bust Joe Rogan's balls all day long. That guy will never take it to violence. Even though he's the baddest motherfucker I know, he will never get violent. That's just not Joe's nature. It's not his nature. Bust Tommy's balls all day long. He'll never punch me. But there are dudes I just don't like. I fuck with Stylebender, Nate Diaz, fucking Conor McGregor. All those guys have really good sense of humor. It's like really, like I met Stylebender and I said to Stylebender, I said a bunch on this podcast that like I wanted to fight Stylebender. I was gonna both fucking get drunk and fight because I knew he had a sense of humor. Everyone I knew like trust me, he's a cool dude. He's a fucking cool dude. Even Nate Diaz, Shane Gillis is like, Nate's a cool guy. Like he understands it's a joke. He's been around comedy as long as he's been in UFC because he knows Joe. And he listens to the podcast. Nate's a fucking cool guy. Conor McGregor, same fucking thing. I talk shit on podcasts, obviously. People know it's a joke. But there are some dudes.
Yeah, they don't have the... Yeah.
They don't get it totally. And I don't talk shit about those guys at all. I never will.
Yeah, it's like it's like those dogs that are part wolf. You're like, oh.
Yeah, and that guy was one of those guys. And that was the one mistake I made is I made a joke. He did not like it. And he fucked me up. And I was like, well, lesson learned. Got it. Moving forward. And you can sense those guys in the comedy clubs in the front rows. You can see the guy that isn't there to be fucked with.
Right. Yeah. And It's amazing that more comics aren't, killed after shows, because
I know a lot of comics who've been punched.
Really?
Oh yeah.
While they're on stage, or they're
after they've been on stage.
My friend got shot at. Yeah, that was years ago. KP Anderson used to.
I know KP.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, I know KP.
Yeah, up in Alaska.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, Alaska's a place I wouldn't do crowd work in Alaska. Anyone who moves to Alaska has got something going on.
Yeah, they're trying to escape from.
Yeah. Don't fuck with anyone in the crowd in Hawaii either. Dude, Hawaiians don't fuck around.
Oh yeah, I can't. I don't think. Yeah, I would never.
Portland, you're safe.
Well, except if you're doing it in, I don't know, East Oregon, I'd watch.
East Oregon, I wouldn't fuck around with.
Portland is once you get outside of Portland,
Portland's a safe spot. And then everything outside, that's like men who have calloused hands they can't even jerk off with.
Well, yeah, they don't use axes to get trees down. They just pick them up,
Just
to
fucking
rip them out of the ground.
Those are real men.
I
We should do a reality show where we go be real men for a day. I bet you could fucking
Look, I
slide
brought you
in.
look.
Let's pull this out.
No, I would do that reality show in a heartbeat. And by real men, you mean like
What did you want to do?
what is? I feel like for us it would be taking dance lessons.
I would love to take dance lessons.
I'll take a dance lesson with you. Yeah.
We should do the opposite and just like do not.
I'm so impressed by the empire you've created. You're
dude.
there you go. Yeah, there you go. You got to really pull that. Yeah. That now, it will turn you. Now I can't see you. You've gone invisible. It's Sting. It's from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, there you go. Just in case.
Fucking this. I wish
You can't walk around like that.
I wish my dick had little fucking knobs on it like this.
I don't think Leanne would appreciate that, but
Who knows? Maybe.
look at that.
This is fucking nice.
Yeah, they make really nice. The cold steels really makes great. Careful on the top there, because the top of the blade. I think this is sharpened too here.
Oh, for real?
Actually, it's not. Never mind. You're good.
This is fucking badass. What's your favorite knife? Favorite knife that you have?
I like this Chinese sword that I have a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's like they design. It's very, old design, but they used them all the way up until World War II, and it's really heavy, and you swing them like a baseball bat. And,
For real?
Yeah. That's it. That's literally it. That's it. I love that thing.
I
It's
am
cold steel. Yeah, cold steel makes it too.
That's it.
Look at
That's
that.
beautiful.
Thing. Yeah, and the grip on it is like a baseball bat.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I am a big fan. I'm a big fan of Spyderco.
Great.
I love the work they do. What if you had to rank the top knife makers now? And by the way, there's also what's the one with the wooden handles that are out of Switzerland?
You were telling me about that guy that you had to get on the list.
Yeah, Bobby Kelly knows.
Did you get one?
No.
Bobby's calling you right now.
No. I'm calling Bobby Kelly right now. I'm gonna find out the name of the fucking thing. Hold on.
Spyderco is. I'm just guessing right. No, it's not Italian, is it?
No, Spyderco's out of Golden, Colorado.
I really nailed
They're
that one.
fucking awesome.
You went to their last time we talked. I think you said you went to their facility.
I have almost every single one of their knives, like because I love their knives. I love their knives, and I've gone through. Go to Spyderco. I'll show you, dude. They just make a beautiful fucking knife.
They're
Right there, the Delica is a gorgeous fucking knife. I have bought little ones for Leanne and Georgia and Isla for Girl Scouts, but I like this. I don't like that handle as much. That's a plastic handle. They have a carbon handle that's fucking gorgeous.
They put in Girl Scouts. They're pulling
Little tiny ones. They have these little tiny ones right there. The see that little tiny one to the left? It's a much smaller knife.
but
it's like this big.
But those blades are
sharp as fucking
yeah,
shit.
you got to be so careful. I like the Microtex and the Ultratex. I like those knives a lot. I like the Benchmates. I like Cold Steel.
God damn it! Why would Bobby Kelly have two fucking phone numbers? Bobby Kelly knows the fucking. Hold on.
He knows the guy.
And he goes, Bert, if you ever get this fucking knife before me, I'll fucking kill you.
There it is. Yeah, there's Microtech. Yeah, those are amazing. They're automatic knives, so
I have a few of those. I fucking love those.
I love them.
Bobby Kelly.
What's up, Bert?
I'm doing a podcast with Joel McHale.
Hi.
Ooh, Joel McHale, first of all, your show, Animal Control, my favorite show. Me and my son watch it every week, and the fact that Michael didn't hook up with what's-her-name is disgusting, and it made me very sad, and I'm sorry about the cat dying.
Oh my gosh! For you, way better than Bert, and way better. And you're my favorite, and you really actually know the show. God bless you.
I do know the show, and I really want to know where you got those empanadas and were they real empanadas? Because those empanadas that you brought were amazing.
Oh yeah, they were real. I mean, they wouldn't be fake.
Wait, this is, by the way, hold on. Can I have you guys become friends? Because we have a lot of the same interests. Yes.
You look
Really?
Yeah, so the reason we're calling Bobby, what's the knife, the tough knife to get that you go, that's the one I want?
I actually got it. It's the Jack Lore. It's a bushcraft knife from Jack Lore, who is a knife maker in England. And you have to go, he makes the knife, he puts it up on the website, and the first people to see it and email him get the knife.
How did you get the first email in?
Okay, well, I've never got the email. I got the second email. I looked for 2 years. I was literally waking up at 4 a.m. because he's in England. So when he puts a knife up, it's earlier. So I had a fan of mine created this app or got this thing that when this website refreshes itself, it sends him an email, and he would get it before anybody click on it, and he got me the knife. But it doesn't count. I love it. I love the knife, and I love it so much because it's from, Scruffy, and it's awesome. But I need to get it myself. You know what I mean?
Can you own 2 of them?
I will own 2 of them, but I need one deservingly. I didn't get it the way you're supposed to get it.
Well, I feel like you got it, but
I got it, but it's not my knife. It was somebody else's knife that they gave it to me.
Hey, when are you going to New York next?
I think in a couple weeks.
Oh, go do his, he's got his show, The Bonfire, on SiriusXM, and his podcast, You Know What, dude, you have to. Because
right.
Bobby is like, you and Bobby are very similar. We're both in it, we're all in the knives.
Great.
And by the way, don't talk watches with this guy.
Oh, dude. What's up? Look what I got, Bert. Look what I just got. Ready?
Let me see.
Look what I just got.
Whoa.
What is it?
Oh, it's an Omega.
Got the Moonwatch, baby.
Fucking
leather
that's the
alligator deployment band. What?
What is a deployment band?
Oh, come on, son.
I don't even see.
Dude, Bobby takes it to the next. Bobby's a nerd at heart. He's really into technology too. Like he's the first dude I ever know to have like not a laptop, but a personal little like email tablet.
Right. And
Look who I'm with.
What?
Look who I'm with.
Big Jay Oakerson.
Bert Kreischer. Remember I told you about my favorite show, Animal Control?
You did? Oh, Joel McHale.
There's the star of it right now.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in shape.
Yeah, he's in shape.
See,
Hey, Christine, how you doing?
these people are just hanging around. They're
they're getting ready to do their show. So Bobby's smoking a cigar, Jay's smoking a joint, and Christine's smoking a joint, and then they
Jay
go do.
Jay wants to know if you're doing Bonfire this week.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes. Hey, someone downstairs, write down Bonfire. Yes, I'm coming in for Bonfire.
He's in.
Awesome.
Listen, buddy.
I love you guys.
What a nice man.
You, buddy, and thank you. I love the show.
I'm
a big fan. Please come when you come to New York. Let's hook up, would you?
Yeah, I'll give you my number.
Done deal.
I'll give Bert. Yes, 100%, 1,000%. I'd love to. Yeah, I'll bring you
nice
some.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you. Jeez, and your
awesome.
Your glass frames are.
All right, buddy. You're the best. Take care.
Awesome. Love you, buddy.
All right, see ya.
Well, that's a great way to fucking close the podcast.
That was who said we were. This is halfway.
Animal Control. What? What? Jimmy Tatro. Oh yeah. Let's talk about Jimmy Tatro real quick.
He's a very talented man.
I taught him so much about like just being in character and getting to.
You taught him.
I had to. If you're gonna play young Bert, you got to dumb it down. He's a real fun dude to be around.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that he kind of speaks in punchlines.
Yeah.
He's kind of like his delivery is. He's always like when I was watching him when we were making the movie, I was like, oh, everything he's saying he means. Like it becomes sometimes you can tell if it's not. And
yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy is a star. And
he is.
Yeah, and then his girlfriend's super great, and I know her mom.
I thought his girlfriend Zoe Deutsch.
Yes.
His mom is Leah Thompson.
Yes.
And her dad is Danny Deutsch.
Yeah, the director.
I thought it was Donnie Deutsch.
The guy on CN or he's always
hey,
on MSNBC.
You want to make some money? I'll show you how to make some money.
Oh well, yeah.
Build your brand. I was like, that's so interesting that they fell in love.
And then she was like, "Who do you think my dad is?"
And then I realized it wasn't who, because I like Googled Leah Thompson one time, and then it said, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, what? That's really crazy that he really leveled up. And I was like, oh, what? Her husband's Howard Deutsch?
Yeah.
I thought it was Danny Deutsch.
Some Kind of Wonderful, where they met.
Oh, is that where?
Boy, I hope I have that right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's where they met.
Wow. Yeah. They have a really cool relationship, him and Zoe. Like, they do really fun shit. I can't talk too much about Jimmy because I'm really bad and I tell all his secrets. and he told me some fucking bangers. I mean, fucking bangers. And Jimmy, if you're watching this, this is what I do for you, buddy. I don't talk about Jimmy. We were in a pool one time, and he told me, he goes, "Can I tell you a secret?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And he told me the secret, and then I went, oh, "No way." And I got on my phone, and I called someone, and I go, "You're never going to believe what Jimmy just told me." And Jimmy goes, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Like that was a secret.
And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "I'm telling
What
Kale."
pool were you in?
Pool in Serbia. We're having rosé.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you shoot it? When did you shoot it? When did you?
In 2021 in Serbia for 3 months.
So the war had, well, I guess it hadn't broken out yet.
Had not broken out.
And,
no.
Wow. So I guess.
Yeah. And Serbia's not that close, I don't think.
Well, it's not that far.
Yeah, but I texted a dude in Uzbekistan, and I was like, "We should get together. I'm in Serbia." And he was like, "My friend, there's a sea between us." And I was like, I'm from America. You're not next door?
You're like, close enough.
Uber to me, bro.
Why Serbia?
I don't know. You know, I didn't ask too many questions about this movie. I kind of said, "You guys."
The movie that you wrote. And
yeah, I was like, "You guys just take it from here."
And they were like, "Good news, we're going to Serbia."
You want to succeed in Hollywood? Don't ask too many questions.
And the rosé is, when is it? I'm invited to the.
You're at the premiere's the 24th, 25th.
No one came to my premiere. You got the day wrong.
The 25th, and
yeah, I'll be with Joe Rogan that day.
You're the neuroscientist.
Yeah. It's too bad. I would love to. Shoot, we're gonna be.
Joe Rogan gets a pass, but if Tom doesn't come, he's fucking dead to me. No, I'm kidding.
Scott is.
He won't come. He's getting back from Europe. I know that he's. I mean, it would be so hard, inconvenient for him to just get on a private jet and fly to LA.
And then go to it and then ride home on a private jet.
Yeah, it would be so inconvenient. But I get it. I totally get it.
Your empire, I know we're ending this thing, but what you've built is so fucking impressive.
Oh, thank you.
It's just really cool. And you've always stayed yourself, and you're always so kind to me, and I'm just like I don't deserve any of this, but just seeing like this, I don't know if your staff's insane, but they all seem so nice.
They're pretty level-headed.
It's
well, dude,
really,
you're.
I don't know how. I know how you did it, but I was like, it's just to see it, like the physical manifestation of like, oh, you just fucking built this out of. To think that we were sitting in that theater on Melrose doing these improvising, trying to get a Bud Light ad, I was just like, look at this.
Well, dude, I can say this very candidly. I've been impressed by your career, my entire career. Everything you do is always fucking amazing. And I wish I had, if I had.
We both can't take compliments, I can see.
No,
this.
And that's why we're not narcissists.
This is why we're like.
And that brought it full circle.
That is why Jimmy Tatro's secret is.
He is not a narcissist.
He has 3 dicks. He has 3 dicks. I know that.
Ooh, one for the road, one for his chick,
and
one for just fooling around.
They're just 3 of them. He told me about a time he got he was in wearing a costume, and he got trashed and arrested.
Oh, I heard about that.
I don't think I think that's a public story.
Yeah, I'm bad with his public stories. He told me a really fucking good one. A really good one that I'll tell you as soon as, or I'm not going to tell anybody.
It's a secret.
I'm not going to tell anyone. Way to go, Jimmy.
It is a secret.
That's the way I work. I go, ooh, wait till I tell you this one. It is a fucking pretty amazing story. And then I said to him, why don't you tell everyone that? And he goes, because it's not, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up story. Like, it just, Like those people, I shouldn't have told you. And I went, yeah, definitely shouldn't have told me. I'm actually the worst person to tell. But I'm not saying a word, Jimmy. Your secret's safe with me.
Go ahead. And go ahead.
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that's it. It's a great show. It's a great show. It's a great show.
He drove him off the road.
Your show is on Fox?
It is on Fox.
Bobby Kelly's a big fan.
I'm going to go on. I will go on.
As soon as this writer strike's over, are we getting a season 2?
I really think so. I mean, I'm invited to the upfront, which I don't even know what's going to happen now.
Fuck yeah.
But it would be very awkward if I got to the upfront next week, which is not probably happening, and being like, so what are we talking about? I'm pretty confident. I barely plan on getting home, so I'm pretty, I rarely ever say that it's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure. Knock on
wood.
Whatever this.
That's the good wood over there. I love you, brother. Thank you for doing this.
So good.
I appreciate it.
So good to see you. You're very kind. God dang. Can I just want 10% of what you've done. That's what I want to pull off.
Well, maybe me and you can sit down and figure out a podcast about dogs.
You'll teach me. I'll just bring
I can talk about a new breed every fucking day.
I'll show you a picture of my dog when one of my.
Oh, perfect. Well, let's go downstairs. Leanne's probably dying to fucking say hi.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave. No scripts, a bit of booze, amateur partology. Dirty jokes, raunchy humor, no apologies. Here's what we call 2 Bears, 1 Cave.